Previously on Out Fiesta, the Happy Birthday Pontiac.
Close your eyes.
You guys, this is why I don't tell you when it's my birthday.
Oh, don't be a party pooper.
What is that wonderfully fragrant smell?
Open your eyes.
Now it's a wonderfully fragrant smell. Oh man, it's followed by a putrid stench.
It's your birthday, Pontiac. That was Rob's idea. Pontiac. Is that how you say it?
I don't know. I guess so. Anyway, I saw a pop-up ad and thought, hey, this would be kitschy. And she's from Indonesia.
I'm Kristin, the Happy Birthday Pontiac, and I'm here just for you.
Wow, she's eerily beautiful in her white gown.
I'm not familiar with the Pontiac.
Allow me to clarify a little about myself. I died in childbirth and returned to the earth as an undead creature.
How's this a birthday thing, Rob?
I don't get it. Is there ice cream cake?
I'm here to feast on the flesh of easily seduced men. Well, hello, handsome.
Wow, hello. Oh, gee, bitey. Goodness. What the hell? She bit me on my side. I mean, who bites someone on their side?
Well, I mean, you're a fleshy one, Rob.
I go to the gym, JuliAnna.
I have a taste for flesh of a woman with child.
Hey, you're barking up the wrong tree here, sister.
You sure?
Yeah.
There doesn't even have to be an ice cream cake, just a cake. I mean, I like ice cream cake. I'd rather have both, but if
No!
Jeez. Oh, God. Damn, man. What the hell was that? Man, I need to keep sitting down, I guess, because my insides are outside.
It's good when I'm loud. You don't want to be around me when I'm quiet. Let me take a look at that stomach, stud.
Don't do it.
Oh, look at my stomach? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Oh, God. You know, that sound was barely audible.
this can't be good.
Nope, she warned us.
Oh, God.
She lured him in with her beauty.
And then she dug her sharp fingernails into his stomach.
Yep, feasting on his guts.
Oh, clever touch, yeah. Ripping out the sex organs. Nice.
Ta-da!
And she vanished.
Oh.
You have outdone yourself, Rob.
Happy birthday, Richard.
Thank you. Hugs.
I guess we should clean up Rob's remains and maybe notify his next of kin.
Only if we can have ice cream cake at the funeral. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, may I have your attention, please? Zooming to you from everywhere in the universe, this is Out Fiesta, episode 221, FOF Jumble. I am your host and moderator, Richard Houghton.
He totally is. He always is.
Please give it up for our amazing cast, Kristin Keith, Hudspeth, and JuliAnna Briscoe.
Yeah.
As always,
Oh, tonight's Out Fiesta.
Episode 221, FOF Jumble.
Is based on a true story.
What's tonight's premise?
well, I ran out of ideas, so I sent out text to all the Podcast City talent to see if they wanted to do mini podcasts.
Seems reckless.
Did anybody respond?
I mean, a few people did. Almost enough content for a whole show.
And we'll pad the rest with fake commercials.
I mean, if we need to, yeah. Far out. Let's fiesta.
Good morning.
It's a little after 8 p.m.
It's hard to keep up with the time when you're a 50-plus-year-old former CEO who now sells patio furniture after a massive nervous breakdown.
Well, there's a clock right there.
It's hard to focus on clocks when our whole world is spinning.
Oh, we'll be all right, Lori. Why don't you tell our listener why our whole world is spinning?
Why don't you shove a sock so far down your throat it comes out your ass?
I'll tell our listeners why our whole world is spinning.
Go ahead.
I don't need your permission.
I will snap your neck like a toothpick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Me too, but to be 100% transparent, you come at me and I choke you out so fast. Sorry, again.
Okay. Our whole world is spinning because, as it turns out, sexual predators are frowned upon now.
Even if they're women. And just because we liked younger men, we never considered ourselves SPSs.
Younger men are so attractive with their 3-hair mustaches and body acne
And their freshly removed braces. So
yeah.
we never considered ourselves actual, say, editor's prey.
But the district attorney did.
So we're changing the tone of the show.
And our lives in general. And let me be clear, we are no way planning to do grave harm to the DA.
We're changing the tone of cougars, but we're not sure exactly what the next step is in our cosmic journey that whatever it entails. We don't know.
Yeah. So that's why on today's show, we'll be speaking with a couple of anonymous sources to learn how to become international assassins.
That is true.
Oh. Well,
Not only does it sound intriguing, but we're pretty sure anything goes with millennials. No, never mind. Anonymous Man A, who is not way too young, and Anonymous Man B, who is also not way too young. We are having some trouble connecting. I see them in the waiting room, though, right now.
Oh, younger guys seem to have more to contribute to my life, and they're just adorable. That is what a woman would say who hadn't realized how wrong that is, Mrs. District Attorney.
There they are. Welcome, Anonymous Man A and Anonymous Man B. Berg, sorry, Anonymous Man A, you're on mute.
Oh, thank you, Ellie. Great to be here.
Roger that.
So we're thinking about becoming international assassins.
To escape some potential prison time.
And there's a specific aspect of spying that we'd like to learn a little bit more about.
How to escape duct tape, zip ties, handcuffs.
Not really, no.
Use of defensive weapons like tactical pens and lasers.
Not exactly.
Disappeared without a trace.
It is social engineering.
I guess.
Lock picking.
And what we're really interested in is setting honey traps.
Yeah, are you two familiar with that term?
How did you hear about it?
Well, after young Joshua and I finished, I overheard a secret conversation with his dad, the quote State Department analyst's unquote office.
As we understand it, honey trapping is a spy tactic that uses sexual relationships for interpersonal, political, or monetary purposes.
Yes, that is exactly what it is, and we're experts.
Men your age can set honey traps.
because you're really old and so unappealing.
No. Both men and women are equally adept at setting the honey trap.
And equally vulnerable to tumbling in.
Oh, yes.
I'm thinking it would be boss to use sex and the thrill of a secret life as bait. It's rad.
It is, boss. It is rad.
Mhm.
Do people fall for it?
Cleverness, training, character, and patriotism are no defense against a well-set honey trap.
No one can keep a romance that began in deceit from turning into a genuine, passionate affair.
Can either or both of you describe in detail a honey trap situation that you were involved in?
Probably haven't really been involved in one.
At their advanced stage?
And at their level of grossness.
Oh, now, see, that's where you're wrong.
We were both involved in an East Podcast honey trap that was exposed in 2017.
4 years ago. Well, that's within the statute of limitations.
One of our female targets,
Targets. That is so romantic.
involved, you refused to believe it was a honey trap.
Right, even when presented with the evidence, you're all, no, that's not true. I don't think he's too old or all that gross.
She insisted he really loved me, and I feel like people his age can be somewhat attractive, depending on how late in the night it is.
Oh, they fell hard for us.
They threatened the operation.
But you wouldn't have the guts to harm them.
No. We didn't harm them.
We killed them.
And with that, I'm letting one more person in from the waiting room.
Oh, who's that?
The DA.
You've been recording this for her.
As leverage to keep us out of jail.
You two can take our place.
Nicely done.
Watch your backs from this day forward.
Yes, please, and enjoy your sunsets, because each one may be your last.
This has been Cougars.
We may be changing the name soon.
We have a little more leverage to negotiate now.
In any case, we'll see you soon.
Oh, that's right. Ellie, Lori.
We'll see you soon.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the sound of that.
Hi, this is I Dare You with Lud and Bouis. I'm Lewis. Bud and me and Bud will now say hamster types.
Syrian hamster.
Dwarf Campbell's Russian hamster.
Dwarf white Russian hamster.
Rabrovsky hamster.
That was better than sext.
Sex? As in a group of people with different and potentially heretical religious beliefs?
Uh-huh.
Kung Fu, Bud.
Kung Fu, Louis.
Let's do our call-in podcast now.
I think we're already in it, Louis.
How can you tell if we're already in our podcast?
Because usually my bunions will play Rock Lobster.
Did that happen?
Oops, my bunions are muted.
Should we pinch ourselves to see if we're dreaming?
Or attach popsicle sticks to the tips of our tongues?
And wind them up like propellers?
Hey, it looks like we have 2 callers, so we must be on.
On today's show, we will have our callers do a dare.
Yeah, today's dare is a bare knuckle fist fighting from 9 p.m. to dawn with no pee or water breaks.
Since we have 2 callers, This will be perfect. Hello, caller number 1. Welcome to the podcast.
It's great to be here. If you don't pay your rent soon, I'm taking that kidney.
Your voice sounds very familiar.
No, it doesn't. I'm anonymous.
That was my father's name.
Let's get caller number 2 on.
I'm already on.
Quiet. Nobody I can hear yet. I'm trying to get caller number 2 on.
I'm on, you knucklehead. Hey, you both killed my fish when you made them wear felt suits.
Your voice sounds familiar too.
No, it doesn't. I'm Jane Doe.
Oh, that was my morgue mother's name.
Yeah,
And we're ready to do the challenge.
we're ready to bare knuckle fist fight.
From 9 p.m. with no water or any pee breaks.
But I knew that would get them. But what if instead of us doing the dare, you do the dare?
Well, are we likely to be critically injured?
Well, the winner gets one single walnut gift card.
One single walnut is our grand prize?
Wow. All right. Bare knuckle fist fight is on. Yeah, no rules, Lewis. That you're going to lose enough teeth to play the banjo.
But I'm going to punch your face and head so many times you'll have permanent googly eyes.
Yeah, and Lewis, I'm going to whack the snot out of your hip bones with a bag of doorknobs.
But I'll bite up both of your thumbs and use them to poke at your eyes.
Kung Fu, Lewis.
Kung Fu, bud.
This has been I Dare You with.
Hey, and Mrs. Fields.
I have a first name, you know. Okay.
And I have a last name, Mrs. Fields. You demand luxury in a hotel.
You require kind of amenities that are worthy of your soul in trade.
Including a complimentary, fully cooked, made-to-order, buffet-style breakfast.
Soulwood Suites.
Exit 17 from the Paradox Highway. You can't miss it.
Synapse Snuff is a euphoric a new category of nightlife catastrophic brain-altering beverage.
Crafted for attracting sexual partners with zero alcohol.
That's right. And thanks to a mix of ancient remedies for wart removal and modern chemicals ordinarily used for stripping hull barnacles.
Snap Stuff helps balance the body's response to stress to turn a poisoning into something pleasant.
With a lifted mood and a relaxed body, you become more in touch with yourself to more deeply be able to have forgettable sex with a myriad of strangers.
Mm.
Ah, snaps and stuff.
Mm.
Good morning, Wolf Tickets. It's penitentiary now, whatever.
With Lucy and Viv.
Penitentiary now
Now, huh?
with Viv.
And Lucy.
And Warden Mooney.
And Pete.
Nobody cares if either of you two are on the show.
Well, my mother does, Miss Lucy. She's in cell 23.
Well, she didn't mention it while I was doing her last night.
That got vicious fast.
And we're in prison. We'll start a prison business report and today's menu.
Yes, and many meals include condiments.
Then there's a review of what to look forward to for you monkey mouths.
Listening to this podcast beats doing the Dutch, so.
Well, that's an audacious claim, Miss Viv.
Pete, if you were here right now, I'd poke that other eye out.
Listening to this podcast beats doing the Dutch.
Warden Mooney and I will provide the prison business update. You may ask why prisoners would care about prison business, but Mooney got his drawers in a cluster over not doing it.
Oh, no. My drawers are hardly in a cluster at all.
So here's Warden Mooney with prison business.
Thank you, Lucy. Now, some of you may be sad to hear that after 40 years of serving approximately food in our chow hall Brenda collapsed and died. Then she hemorrhaged a massive amount of blood into the Thousand Island.
Yeah, a little sepsis in that prison, Reuben.
I was going to do a quick eulogy.
You say one more word and the eulogy will be yours. You dig?
Now
Okay, that's right. You may speak again soon. I say when.
Next up, it's Pete with today's Chow Hall. Chow menu. Take it away, Pete.
Well, you haven't eaten it yet. Oh, sorry, Miss Bev. Sugar sandwich.
Mush of the day, weevil of the day, choice of milk, 0.01 beige, sap-free chocolate.
Some meals include condiments.
Followed by the Prison Shadow Puppet Network presents Brake Fluid Theater.
Isn't brake fluid prison slang for liquid thorazine?
Yes.
So it's liquid thorazine theater.
Yes. But with shadow puppets.
How does that work for people in the hole doing all day and a night?
Laugh that pearl.
They won't have any internet anyway.
And on today's Brake Fluid Theater, whatever, Pete will play the part of Gomer Pyle in a reenactment of the blanket party scene from Full Metal Jacket.
I am. Well, that seems contrary to my nature.
Called acting.
No, it's the scene where he's wrapped up in a blanket and then pummeled with pillowcases full of bars of soap.
Well, I wish that did not have to happen.
We're going to go ahead and do that now.
Yeah, wow. I mean, that may break some ribs, Pete. Anywho, what can I do to help?
Well, can you help us get bars of soap?
No.
Well, how important are the ratings of this podcast to you, Warden Mooney?
Well, I do know where 15 doorknobs are.
Doorknobs.
That should be enough.
Yeah. That seems much more dangerous.
Well, how important are the ratings of this podcast to you, Pete?
I'll do it, Miss MC.
I'll get the pillowcases.
I'll get the doorknobs.
Well, you don't have to be so happy about it.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Pod City Crime Blotter with Willie and Rod.
I'm Willie. You may remember me as Prickface.
I'm Rod. You may remember me as Ass Nose.
The Greater Podcast Character Naming Council
GPCNC.
decreed that we must be known forever forward
By our first names. Technically, I am Rod Ass Nose.
and I am Willie Prickface. On today's Crime Blotter with Willie and Rod, we will take a deep dive into an item from a recent Podcast City crime blotter.
Followed up by a reenactment.
We have enlisted a couple of our good friends.
We don't know you.
Well, you equals paycheck.
We have just enlisted a couple of our friends, JuliAnna and Kristin, to reenact the blockbuster crime.
We call tonight's incident the case of making the mama crazy.
I thought we called it Dirty Daughter Crazy Mama.
Wrong-o, Mary Lou. Podcast County Sheriff's deputies were called to the 3400 block of Kimmy Kibler Street.
The following events went down. We'll play the cops in the reenactment.
What seems to be the problem, ma'ams?
No problem, officer.
Someone called 911 around 7:46 p.m.
That was me. I am 80 years old.
You don't look a day over 78.
Your compliments suck. Why was this included in the reenactment?
Anyways, officers, thank you for coming.
What seems to be the problem, ma'ams?
My daughter wants to drive me crazy by regularly breaking into my home.
That ain't true.
You broke into my home Thursday evening while I was out on a walk. Then you stole my wallet, which had $50 in cash and credit card and my driver's license.
And that is true. But I only took those things because I wanted them. And I had the opportunity. And there was one other reason.
Initiation to a cult of humans who just implant cruciferous matter just under the skin?
No. I don't know about that. Think I could use a Groupon? No, that's not the reason.
Nothing but back scratchers was going out of business.
No, it's to make her crazy.
It's to make me crazy. Yep.
A report was taken.
And
Seen.
This an investigation is ongoing. This
has been a Pod City crime blotter with Willie and Rod. Kristin, JuliAnna, we can't thank you enough for being on our show.
But we'd like to try.
So how do drinks at Sizzler and the Costco sample buffet sound?
like spending time doing things that don't exist anymore.
With people we have no interest in spending any more time with.
I'm very sad now.
This podcast is over.
And see.
And this has been for Out Fiesta episode 221 FOF Jumble. I have been your host and humble narrator, Richard Houghton. Please give it up for amazing cast, JuliAnna Briscoe.
Oh,
Yay!
And Hudspeth. Hey, before we get out of here, I have a quick question for you. Do you prefer coffee or tea? And if so, do you have a coffee of choice and or a tea of choice? I can go first. I prefer coffee, just out of like a restaurant style coffee or just straight black coffee. That's what I like. Because I started drinking coffee in kitchens and restaurants. What about you, Jules? Tea or coffee?
It's like trying to choose a child, man. Okay. Honestly, it's probably equal. So if it's gonna be tea, bubble, and if it's coffee, I'm gonna have the candy coffee, like a latte.
All right, cool. What about you, Rob? Tea or coffee?
Coffee all the way. Always like a good French roast. I think La Madeleine turned me onto that way back when. That's the first time I ever thought, wow, coffee's good. It was a La Madeleine French roast, so I'll stick with that.
Enough. What about you, Kristin?
coffee.
Yeah. You have a preference?
I like the caffeine buzz.
I do too.
Whatever Buzz Brews has. There's so many great flavors.
Yeah, they have that with
That chocolate one with the spicy.
Yeah, the chocolate one with chili in it.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
That's my favorite.
I do
Badass.
like green tea too, so I can go both ways, but my go-to is coffee, I think. All right, is there
I
anything
like chai
you'd like to share with the universe before we leave? All right.
Hey, La Madeleine and
Oh, that's
Buzz
right.
Brews.
That's
If you'd
right.
like to like
Yeah, welcome our new sponsors.
let's get that plug in there. Let's get some monetary compensation for that.
That's right. Our listener can't wait to go
Right.
there.
Our FOF influencer campaign.
Yeah,
Hey,
totally.
thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.